You yourself, you never became a Crip or a Blood or
No.
joined any gangs.
No.
I remember on Math Alpha Show you talked about that.
Yeah.
You said when you first got locked up, the Bloods hadn't really established themselves the way they are now in New York.
No. Well, I was up north. First of all, when I went to prison, there was no Bloods yet. I went to Southport. I was in the box for a year after I left Clinton. I was in Southport. I went back to Southport for another year. I came out January '95, and now I heard about Bloods being up north. I was hearing some rumblings about them being on the island, but when I got to Elmira in '95, there was like Bloods in the jail, in the prison. I remember them. It was an issue about them not being able to have the same type of strength that they was having on the island. Like some of them was dropping their flags, you know, because the Spanish gangs was a lot more stronger at this point because they had already been up north. So if the gang started on the island, they needed time for all these guys to get up north.
So like the Latin Kings and everything?
Latin Kings and Ñetas, yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of them. They had already been up north for years.
Yeah, I interviewed King Tone at one point.
Mm-hmm.
You know about him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they established themselves over time, the Bloods?
Over time, yeah. Over time, yes. It took some time, yeah. It took some time. Because now you're having an influx of inmates coming up every day, going into various different jails, you know, throughout the state, you know. And every time a bus pulled up, then you got 2 or 3 of these guys, they Bloods, every day. So over time, they began to get strong.
I mean, do you feel to a certain degree joining a gang and claiming that is somewhat of a trap in the long run when it comes to the legal system? Because then you get put into a different category. You have gang enhancements.
Yeah. But see, you gotta understand, like see, I went to prison at a different time. We was standing on our own. We was live on our own, right? So I was already who I was. I didn't need to be in no gang. I don't need to be in no gang, nigga. And then you gotta remember, like, at the time that I went in prison, certain dudes that might have been popular later on, after a while, and became to have names, they wasn't popular before. Like, you leader of what? You big something of something? Oh, wow. So it was never a time when I needed to feel like I needed to be in a gang. Now, I respected a lot of what they stood for, because it was like, look, man, we being oppressed. Black men need to stand together. I understood that. And I've created relationships with many of them, you know. But a lot, you know, any kind of organization, you got some people that's real, then you always got like a portion of them that's doing it because they need to do it. You know, it's like, you know, you go to jail, you become Muslim because you don't want to get into no shit.
It's a safety situation.
It's a safety, yeah. So you just riding with the motion.